Hey everybody, it's Sabrina Henny live. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Yes, today is Saturday morning and I know some people would really like to sleep in and it was one of those days, but it's just not going to happen for me. I have several appointments. So anyway, sometimes we will study books on here or talk about things, and today is going to be just a chit chat day. Just sometimes what comes to mind, I really do not plan any of these lives. I just kind of go with it. Those who've met me say I'm a natural speaker, and I just kind of let things flow like that. But anyway, what inspired me today for today's message is there's a Greek person that actually interviews authors, and he's been wanting to interview me for quite some time, but today he was talking about entrepreneurship and those who are successful and those who are not. And so anyway, I kind of wanted to dive deep into that because to me, someone that actually says that is not a true entrepreneur, because the real entrepreneurs that I know, they have struggled and they have done all kinds of things. And the greatest mentor in my life is not someone that is extremely well known. I mean, I will say, I would not have my book published if it wasn't for this person. I would have never lost 70 pounds or be in fitness competitions the way I have, and still, to me, I don't feel like I'm successful, but it depends who you ask, and that's the thing. Sometimes we measure success differently than others. When I used to work out with all the stay-at-home moms, maybe society didn't really feel like, oh, because they weren't making your corporate money, that sort of thing, but they had so many interesting things. Stay-at-home moms really had a lot going on, and to me, they were an element of success for their kids. They were the rock for their children, and a lot of things for their families. And if you are a stay-at-home mom, hats off to you, because I don't think we give them enough credit and love, because sometimes they are the rock for everyone else. They give all their energy out for everybody else, and sometimes they do not feel appreciated or rewarded, and you deserve recognition. Okay, so anyway, that is one element of success I wanted to talk about. But we must think, so this person was like, well, there are two types of entrepreneurs, ones that are successful and ones that are not. And if you really dive deep into those things, you realize they don't really know what they're talking about, because I did not name my book. It says Beyond Success with Sabrina Henny. I would have named it The Failure That Actually Didn't Quit. I mean, because we all talk about some of our greatest challenges and failures and how we turned it all around. And that, to me, is a true success. It's not being handed, because there are very extremely wealthy people out here that got everything handed to them on a silver platter. Is that success? Yeah, I guess. To be born in a family where you didn't have to do anything, that is success, I guess. But for those who were not, or I know people that have, you know, they had everything and then lost it all. I mean, nobody's really immune to destruction or despair. You know, it kind of depends on you and how you measure success. What do you want your life to be like? Okay? It's not about who your family members, what they think about you, or it's what you think about yourself when you go to bed. How do you view yourself? How do you view yourself? So anyway, I just want to say my greatest mentor was, if you get into like his life, he was homeless. He really had some horrible things to happen to him in his childhood. And a lot of us kind of blame our childhoods. We blame our parents. Oh, this and that. And I understand a lot of people do. They really do go through some really horrible, horrific experiences and maybe your parents, I don't think any parent wants their child to go through anything horrible, but it's just things happen, and some things are in our control and some things are out of our control. And that's kind of why I went into the positive thinking thing, because I think a lot of our successes, we probably can have better success through positive thinking, but sometimes we just don't know how to implement that, especially when our minds are constantly being bombarded by the media and all this. I know I just turn off the television most of the time, and I try not to focus on all that drama, because that's what it is. But so how do we measure success? And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. For everyone, it's different. And that's why I brought up the stay-at-home moms, because for them, their success is being at home with their kids so they don't have to put them in daycare, and they can actually be the parent that they want to be. Okay? And so and I know some really amazing entrepreneurs, amazing, and they will occasionally give you a glimpse of how they got there or what made them fight to stay in the game. And then some were on the verge of losing everything. And some of the most amazing entrepreneurs did almost lose everything. And they remained strong. And so anyway, so I will say now my greatest mentor probably isn't who you think it is. It's someone else. And normally they're men, I must say, but now it's a woman, and she is an amazing person, but it's like, I think when you get to a certain level, I probably would just get on a boat and travel and become non-existent. I mean, but some people, they have a greater calling within themselves. They want to make a greater impact upon the world and society, and they want to leave a legacy. And that's when it's no longer about the money. It's no longer about certain things about themselves. It's about when they leave this world, who do they change? Do they make a bigger impact? I don't know. I don't know why we do all the things we do. I don't know why we continually go upward. And then in the end, is it even going to matter? I mean, think about it. Some of your biggest dreams are in a junkyard right now. I mean, I remember in the 90s, I was so excited about getting my new Nissan Pulsar. I love that car, and my friends loved it. But now, where is it now? And I wish I would have kept it, to be honest with you, but where is it now? It's probably, where are most of the cars from the early 90s? I mean, so some of our dreams, what was good a few years ago may not be what's good now. Or maybe you're changing. Maybe you realize, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. And I still have that dream inside me. Maybe I should do that childhood dream that I talk about in my book that you never forgot about. And then someone saying, well, I'm in my 60s now. I'm too old to do anything. See, society always tells us what we need to be like, but you've got to go within. You've got to go within and measure your own success and measure why were you created? What purpose were you supposed to fill? And if you don't feel that purpose, you're going to know it, because it's going to be like you're off track, you're off balance. You're supposed to be over here when you thought you should be somewhere else. And that's life. But anyway, so true success is being true to what you are designed, your purpose, your divine calling. It's not how society measures you, because you know what? It doesn't matter. It just matters what your definition is and how you measure it. Okay, so we're all created differently. If we were all the same, this world would be so boring. Okay, and that's what, because sometimes, people think about it, well, if I was this and I was this, it would be different. But I always say we're all God's beautiful flowers. Wouldn't it be boring if we were all the same color? I mean, come on. I've worked a lot around plants and flowers and stuff, and what makes it such a magical experience is they all bring natural beauty. All the beautiful flowers bring beautiful natural beauty. And even if they're not flowers, if they're plants, they have different seasons. They have different elements that make them special. So anyway, I know sometimes we want to be a certain way and we just don't know how to get there, but it is all a process. It's all a process. And it's going to boil down to how bad do you want it? I mean, and you got to get smarter and tougher if you want to do that certain thing. So anyway, I just now noticed something on my book that I never noticed. But the reason why we got chosen to be these authors in these books is because we had a bad situation happen and we turned it all around. And that is what success can be, is now once again, we measure our own successes because we just all have different callings and we're all different. But on the cover of my book, it says how these best-selling authors turn setbacks into leaps forwards. Okay. So with that being said, isn't failure and success the same thing? I mean, it makes you wonder. You can't have the white without the dark. You can't respect happiness more if you've been depressed. It's kind of like the yin and the yang. When I was in the fitness competition, the most important time I was actually losing weight was the hardest time, when I just wanted to quit. But I didn't quit, and I'll tell you why I didn't quit. Because my dream at the end of it was much greater than my excuses, okay? Because I wanted something so heartedly, and losing weight was actually the prerequisite to get what I wanted. So anyway, I did lose the weight. I lost 70 pounds. And the end result wasn't what I thought it was going to be. See, I spent years getting to this point. And then when COVID hit, everything demolished. And what I worked so hard all those years for actually disintegrated. Yeah, that's what happened. And there's no way to control stuff like that. Now, did something else emerge that I'm supposed to be doing? Yes. When something leaves, something... And I say when the divine creator will cleanse and purge those toxic people out of your life, when they start leaving, when those businesses that you thought that you wanted to be a part of, like, disintegrate, and you purge those, and those businesses are being purged as well, guess what happens? New things. Once those things leave, new things can arrive. New things can arrive. New people can arrive. You can't have an amazing marriage if you're still hold on to Mr. X. I mean, really, let's face it. There's no backup plans. And sometimes we measure success in different ways. Back to that again. Because sometimes happiness, what makes you happy, people would be like, oh my God, does that really make you happy? Yes, yes, yes. And the Cures know that when I put little hearts under the Cures photos on here, that actually makes me happy. Just something so simple. But anyway, only the Cures understand. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of do a chit chat today. And so I want you to reflect today. You know, only you can define what true success is. And it's your life. It's your life. And what's important to you may not be important to someone else. And so I know I have some really fascinating mentors that I really adore. But to me, if I got to that level of success that they have, I just probably wouldn't, I don't know, I'd probably just, I don't know if I would keep going. I don't know. But, you know, we don't know. We don't know. But I'm just saying, when do you stop? When's enough enough? So my thing is, don't ever retire just because you think you're old enough, and that's what society kind of expects of you, to retire at a certain age. But then I know some people that, like Bob Proctor, those who knew Bob Proctor, and I cried for a week. I did. When he died, I cried for a week because he was 86 years old, or I don't know, or was he 88? He was just so dynamic. I loved him, and he always wanted me to be one of his consultants. And I mean, it was a bit pricey for me. I mean, I know it was worth it, but you know, it was expensive. But he is one person that I can always think about who never retired, and I'm so grateful he did not retire. I am so grateful. And that's what keeps them going. That's what keeps them going. It's they want to leave something in our hearts when they leave. And I can truly say that a part of me, of myself, has a special place for Bob Proctor, and a part of my brain is actually dedicated to him because he mentored me for such a long time. And anyway, I'm so grateful for him. But we must be grateful for that he didn't retire, that he thought differently, that he had some great, amazing information that he wanted to share with the world and to change the world. So, anyway, the message for today was, only you can measure what success is. Don't let society measure it for you. You measure it. You are your own element of success, and you set the perimeters of what that is and what that means for you. Okay? And hats off to the stay-at-home moms. Okay? Love you all. Bye-bye.